Aloha and welcome to another episode of My Ties at Sunset. I'm Ty.
Aloha, I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday. Happy weekend. I hope that everybody's having a really great week so far. And I want to set the intention that we are going to share a lot of laughs, a lot of positivity, and a lot of healing.
So a lot has happened. A lot has happened in the last basically week. But the biggest thing is I now have eyebrows, which a lot of people out there are probably like, what the hell are you talking about? I literally now have two big caterpillars on my forehead that resemble eyebrows. And so I did microblading, and I didn't realize that my eyebrows would be this thick looking at first. But slowly but surely as they heal, you start to see like the lines where my hair is. So I actually do have like hair on my eyebrows, but I just don't have them in the right places per the esthetician who did my eyebrows. So right now it looks like two solid lines, right? Because like before there was nothing, there was a void. Also, my eyebrows had lost hair. So I actually had patches of my eyebrow missing. And I was like, oh, Lord, I need to get this done. So because I'm picky, it took 3 hours, and normally it only takes like an hour and a half to do. But I'm glad I was picky because at first my eyebrows were crooked and then they were uneven. And I didn't realize when you put makeup on, the tail of your eyebrow is supposed to go to the corner of your eye. So I haven't been making them long enough in the past. So now they're like perfectly long, but they look weird.
You and I have a very similar story about tattoos. Like I grew up, and I believe you grew up with our parents saying, you can't get tattoos, you know?
Right.
And then you asked your mom for tattoos, and you said that she had already had her eyes and her eyebrows done. And then you're like,
Right.
you have tattoos. And then when my mom said, after talking to your mom, by the way, she's like, I want to have that done. And so my mom also has the tattooed eyeliner and eyebrows.
Which is crazy. I would never do the eyeliner. That sounds so scary.
I don't know. She said, and her face when she got it done, I mean, she looked like the Joker. I mean, her eyebrows and her eyes were so puffy. And I want to say her eyebrows were like way up in the middle of her forehead, just because that's how badly her reaction was to the tattooing process.
Oh, no.
And as soon as we got in the car, oh my God, she screamed and cried at me like, why did you let me do this? And I'm like, and I'm just going to say that she took me with her to this woman who does the tattoos. And the woman, she insulted me the entire time while she used me as the muse for my mother's eyebrows.
Huh.
She's like, you should have yours done. You should always look like you have makeup on. And I said, I really don't like that look. Don't look like I always have makeup on. It's not appropriate when you're just like, I mean, at the beach, or I want to see my natural face after a shower.
Right.
And she's just like saying horrible things about if you don't do it, you just don't look professional. And I was like, this is kind of an Asian thing where they insult you instead of compliment you to guilt you into doing things.
Yeah.
But my mom wants to redo hers, and you sent me a picture of what your eyebrows look like. And she wanted to know more about this microblading. And you said that it's not like the needle. She said she had no pain when she did it with the tattoo needle. What did it feel like to the microblading itself?
The microblading itself, well, because she put the lidocaine cream on my eyebrows, so she put the lidocaine cream around my eyebrows and then put cellophane or saran wrap on it. It started to feel warm and then tingly, and then she took it off and then started to do it, and it didn't feel like anything. It just felt like somebody was like using a pencil and like drawing in my eyebrows.
Okay, well, that's good.
There's like no pain, and it sounded like a tattoo gun, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting a tattoo. What I'm worried about is she did like an outline of it, and I'm like, oh crap, now I have an outline. But she did it in dark brown. It looks black because it's just dark, because you're literally doing lines over lines, right? Because like naturally your hair is literally like a hair over a hair over a hair over a hair.
So the microblading, the way they're like little slices. So they would be
Correct.
like the length of a hair maybe, and it would probably look more
Yes.
natural because the ink wouldn't
Right.
be a dot and a drawing.
It would be a,
It would be
yeah,
a little
it would be
slit,
like a,
little hairs.
like they call it feathering.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's like really comforting to know that like it's not like she just took a pen and was like, "Mah," you know, like on top of it. I'm excited though. It's nice to have eyebrows,
Mhm.
but then at the same time I'm like, oh shit, look at my facial expressions.
Yeah,
Like
they're overly excited and dramatic at all times.
I know. That's why
You're
my
stuck
brother
that way.
like almost fell backwards. Yeah.
That's kind of funny
I
to
mean, I
think
like
that.
it. I like the way my face looks with eyebrows
Mhm.
because I've never seen them with eyebrows, right? So I'm like,
Yeah, you actually were like my mom. You both over tweezed your eyebrows to the point where they were just
oh no, I just don't have any.
non-extinction.
I didn't over tweeze. I just didn't have any hair because my dad doesn't have any. My dad doesn't have eyebrow hair, and neither does my brother, and I inherited that. My mom had nice eyebrows
Oh.
until she tattooed them
Oh.
because she lost a lot of her hair too. Because as she got older, she lost her hair, but she's using this awesome shampoo, and her hair has grown back. So
Oh, that's good.
kind of exciting for her. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you about this because I was like, well, shit, look at my eyebrows.
I know I really want you to take a picture that, like you're sad or crying and they're puffy, but they look good. They don't look like she did. But it might have been because she did the eyeliner too at the same time.
Right.
So her face was just very angry and she just
Yeah, I
up.
imagine that was more irritating because my mom had her eyeliner done and her face was like very, very puffy. So I'm like, in a way, I am never going to do that. I am terrible at putting on eyeliner
Mhm.
because it's like, okay, so I have surgical hands,
Yeah.
right? So very steady. One eye looks great. The other eye is like,
They don't match.
jaggedy. Like I don't, and your eye is like wanting to squint close. You're like, got it.
But you were
But-
here. You were in Hawaii when my mom had hers done because immediately
Yes.
when you came home, I was just like, just wait till she comes home. She'll help you fix everything. And you got her on all the lotions and things that I
Yeah.
guess it was Aloy and whatever else you did.
It was like Aquaphor
Mhm.
and stuff like that. But after a few days, it looked good on your mom. Like she looked good.
Yeah, she was
so
fine.
It just takes a minute.
But
yeah.
I have to say the entire drive home was like her crying her eyes out, which didn't help the puffiness.
Poor thing.
And then it was
What
like, she's saying, your father can't see me like this. And I'm like, he's seen you through worse. I was
That's so sad.
racking up laughing the whole time, trying to be sympathetic, but it's gonna be fine, but I wanted to take a picture so desperately, and she refused.
That's so terrible.
She fought me, but it's like she's like, oh, it's fading. Now the brown is looking red, and I want to redo it. And I'm like, I want this picture, I want to show her, like, do you remember this?
Do you remember
You're
this
not
pain
allowed-
that you went through?
You're not allowed to cry at me when your face explodes in puffiness again.
I know. I'm surprised. Like my face didn't really puff up that hard.
Yeah.
I would say initially when it was done, I was like, oh, I hate this. But then I started looking around at other people,
Mhm.
like in their eyebrows. Like a lot of people have naturally good eyebrows because they have a lot of hair.
Mhm.
I am actually hairless, so I feel like maybe that's the reason why I didn't have eyebrow hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, but then I started looking and people do draw them this dark.
Yes.
They want it to look like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want it to look like this. So I will continue to wear I'm wearing cowboy hats and baseball caps for like ever now. It will happen until everything subsides and it looks good. But we'll do a check-in. We'll do a check-in next week
Mhm.
and we'll see how it looks.
I still think I'm gonna have you FaceTime with my mother, just so that she can really
Okay.
stare at you and your eyebrows.
Yes.
Because I
Why?
told her, I said, I think if you do it again, 1, you're not going back to that same lady who did it last time, and 2,
No.
you're gonna do this microblading thing because it doesn't look like, crayon.
Yeah, and I know somebody in Hawaii, Marie, who did my tattoo. This one, peonies or whatever one of people call it. So she actually opened up her own business. So she does tattoos and she does microblading.
Okay.
And so I think she does an excellent job. I can always hit her up and be like, "Hey,
Yeah. No, I'll
need a favor
definitely.
for my aunt,
I'll definitely.
auntie."
Yeah, we'll definitely follow up with her. If
And then
I'm
the
forced
girl
to
who used
go
to
with
do
her.
my if the girl who did my pedicure, she also opened up a microblading business, Rachel. So got a couple connections
Okay.
as far as like Hawaii and microblading, but definitely want. I definitely have a couple things to talk about Hawaii related.
Okay.
So let me start.
Yep.
I ordered some apparel and this sticker from a guy named Nick Kuchar. I don't know. It's Nickkuchar. I'm not sure if he's a local Hawaiian, but I saw this sticker and it made me think of us, like with our poeos and a dog, and there's a wahine in the front of the vehicle with the mokes in the back.
That's super cute.
I thought this really sang to me, and I was like, perfect. I really want this. It does say like Hova'a on the bottom. A lot of like mainlanders would not know what that means, because the only thing they would focus on is the word ho. But
Va'a is canoe.
That's not what it means. It means canoe.
Yeah, go canoe.
So, go canoe. Yeah. So, anyway, bought a couple things from them. I bought this really awesome towel, and I'll show it to you. It has like...
Oh, it's very pretty.
It's
all the islands.
on it.
Yeah. And it's got...
yeah. So, aloha from the Hawaiian Islands, and it's got every island on there. And I thought it was really pretty. And it says... Ooh, I don't know what this means, actually.
Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. It means the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. That is our state motto.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
And
did everybody hear how wonderful Miley's pronunciation is of Hawaiian words? Perfect. I love it.
I have something to share too, but you have one more?
Wait. One more. Okay. Sorry. I went to Trader Joe's.
Okay.
And I was inspired by you because you had, shown us all these snacks. So this is called Trader Joe's Hula Crunch Popcorn and Rice Cracker Mix. Okay?
Yes.
It's gluten-free. It says, a Hawaiian-inspired snack with seasoned popcorn and crunchy rice crackers. Let me read the back. Say aloha to your favorite new snack. Our Hula Crunch Popcorn and Rice Cracker Mix is an addictive blend of savory popcorn and crunchy rice crackers. Seasoned with tamari soy sauce, vinegar powder, and spices, then dusted with nori, the popcorn has an umami-like flavor with the rice crackers while the rice crackers add nuttiness and added texture. It's like pure paradise. Folks, I just want to put a PSA out there. It's another Thai PSA. This was the worst snack I've ever tasted in my life.
Oh, no.
The worst. And for them to culturally appropriate Hawaiian snacks into something that tastes like sour cream ranch popcorn is gross.
Oh, it's not supposed to be ranch flavored popcorn. It's supposed to be plain butter popcorn.
Yeah, it was terrible. Or like a little bit of kettle corn.
Was the mochi crunch
nori
correct?
No, all of it sucked.
Oh.
It was terrible. And if listeners out there love it, fine. Love it. But this does not taste like any Hawaiian snack that myself have ever endorsed as a true Hawaiian snack. This is my rant. This is my PSA. Do not spend, I don't even know how much, $4 on this stupid bag of popcorn mix. I now have been feeding it to wild animals outside, and they won't even eat it. So there you go.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm done now.
Okay.
It is sad.
That is sad.
I just threw it on the floor.
But I do love, in fact, that was the picture, if you saw on the last video. I also posted the photograph, similar photograph on Instagram. I have to remember where I post things. Maybe Facebook. But it's the popcorn and what the mochi crunch and the arare, which is the same thing, looks like. It just has plenty names for Hawaii. We have a lot of names for the same thing.
Yeah, you guys really do. But this is not crack seed in any way.
Oh, I met a really nice girl today. I went out shopping at Sam's Club with my parents, and as we were walking into the store, I got stopped by the AT&T salesperson, and
Yep.
she was super nice and friendly, and it was just so weird because I had literally had just I was walking with my father, and he said something about he needed a new phone. I said, I think I need a new phone too. And then 2 steps later, this girl popped out and she's like, "You need a new phone?"
Wow.
But she's here temporarily. She was super nice. Her name was Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa. She doesn't live here. She lives in Vegas, she says. But she
Why is she out here, just to sell stuff?
she's was working the kiosk. I think I kind of asked her, and she said that she can go kind of like anywhere where they have like
Oh, that's
AT&T
cool.
things. So I think that they move around like all of these salespeople. I think if they have the freedom or the availability, I think they're allowed to like go around. I don't work in sales like that, so I don't know. But she asked me, she's going to be here for like another 9 or 10 days. And she said, well, I want to try things that are local things.
Yeah.
So I said, Matsumotos Shave Ice, North Shore.
Yep.
I said, they're the most famous, but you don't have to go there, but just have some shave ice. And I said, anything with vanilla or rainbow flavor. I said, you got to go to Leonards Bakery. You got to try the Malasadas. You got to try them fresh.
Leonard's Bakery.
It's kind of a similar experience. Yeah, but they're Portuguese donuts. So,
I just love the sweets. The sweets are good.
They're pretty
bad
good.
For you, but they're good.
I sent her to Highway Inn to go get Lau Lau Hawaiian food.
Nice.
Where else did I tell her? I sent her to some beaches. I said, since she's staying out on Kapolei side, I said, you need to go to Olina area where the resorts are, and you need to go swim in the lagoons. And I said, those lagoons have a gate at the end of it, so you can even swim there at night. I said, normally you don't go in the ocean at night, but over there you could, because there's these fences that won't let the sharks in to come and eat you.
Nice. That's a good tip. But really, you shouldn't swim at night.
You shouldn't swim at night. Or don't go out deep, but the lagoons are kind of small. They're like large swimming pools.
Yeah.
But they are nice. They're nice. I love the lagoons. I am trying so hard to get out to the lagoons so I can go do a video. This might be a good excuse, so forgive me if it's not. It's still on my to-do list.
I'm still trying to get my thing to work in my car so I can record my drives. Because I drive a lot. Today I drove like 5 or 6 hours and I was exhausted. I was like, I am tired of driving.
Driving is tiring, for sure. Okay, I have a fun thing to share. So I went to Marukai, and I can't read this. It's in Japanese.
That's a trap.
It's in Japanese.
That's a trap.
But I don't know if you've ever had this, and it is something that I grew up with. And it would be something that would be familiar to people in Japan and a lot of people living in Hawaii. So it's prepared seaweed. And this is a new jar. So, just opened it up.
She just popped that top.
Yeah. So if you can see in there, it's black, gelatinous. I use that word all the time.
Gelatinous.
But it's seaweed. It's like, and it's like nori. It's the paste, but it's made into like a paste.
You know what it looks like? What's Vegemite? It looks like Vegemite.
Yeah, but this whole thing is seasoned with shoyu and a little bit of sugar, so it's kind of like teriyaki flavor. And so you put
but you're putting it on rice
directly on your rice. A good spoonful is plenty. In fact, it might be too much for my small bowl of rice. But then you just eat a little bit with your rice.
The fact that it's gelatinous,
it's like a jelly,
makes me feel weird.
Yeah,
it makes me feel weird.
It would be it spreads. It spreads like a jam or a jelly, but it's seaweed, and it is just salty sweet. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like salty sweet, and you would put it on rice. It would actually be very similar to like Vegemite and
Yeah.
the other one that has
Have you ever had a Vegemite sandwich?
Marmite. Yeah, I like it. It reminds me of
It's an
like
acquired taste.
fermented shoyu seasoning, soy sauces. It's that same kind of like miso. It's that fermenting. It's familiar. But yeah, that one is really salty. This one's also salty, so you can only have a little bit, but
Vegemite sandwich.
It's good. I've never had it on toast.
Oh,
I'm sure you could put it on toast. It would be just a spread. But it literally tastes like teriyaki sauce dream on rice. And it's got like a nice...
Yeah.
It's almost slimy like natto. And natto, it scares me. Natto scares me. I've had it. It has to be prepared in a way that I can't taste it. Because it is so slimy and disgusting.
Oh.
But I will eat it, and I will try it, but I swear I can't do it more than maybe once a year. That's my maximum limit for natto. But just something fun and different, and it's a local food that people in Hawaii enjoy.
All right. We learned something new. We don't know what the name of it is, but it's gelatinous seaweed.
No, it's prepared seaweed. It's prepared seaweed would be the...
Prepared, but it's gelatinous.
It looks like a jam or jelly. It's pretty solid in the jar. But I'll take a picture of the brand that I got. It comes in a lot of different brands. A lot of people make it. You just got to look on the back for the English translation. Unless you can read kanji, which I cannot.
I can't read it. So, a couple things. What did you think of the end of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial?
You know what? It was such a breath of fresh air. I was so grateful because you could easily see that the poor guy was a victim. He was being abused repeatedly, and I'm just glad he's out. I don't want to talk about that too much because that's very political. But I have something nice and sad. Hawaii has sent a lei. It's like a mile-long lei to Texas.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
For the victims.
Uvalde.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Yeah, Hawaii did that.
Very sad, but nice.
Yeah. There's another thing that tonight, which is Thursday at the time of this recording, June. We're in June. What is today? June 2nd?
Yeah, we're in June.
I think it's the Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee.
Yep.
And at Iolani Palace, because Hawaii has this connection with the British monarchy, our Iolani Palace, they're going to have the lights on in the palace and their Royal Hawaiian Band's going to play, and they're going to have like an event at Iolani Palace tonight. So in a few hours,
that's cool.
It's the afternoon for us, but
so they're going to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee as well?
Yeah, for Queen Elizabeth, because our royalty were friends with the monarchy. So actually, that's why we have the Union Jack on our Hawaii flag, is because they were kind of the first to come here and interact with the Hawaiian monarchs. And there was even a time where King Kamehameha asked to be under the British monarchy and their protections to stop the assimilation of Hawaii into the Americas, into America, United States. And so we were actually under the British monarchy for like, I think 30 days or something. And then they said, no, we can't do that. And so they released us. But they were trying to do a lot of things because I believe it was King Kamehameha. He was more afraid of America than he was the Brits.
Huh.
But way back in the day, he tried to buy he bought a ship because they would travel. They traveled to California. They traveled to Britain. I don't know where else they went. They went everywhere. But they had a ship, and I think as part of the gift of the purchase of the ship, they presented the Union Jack flag, and it was actually flown here in Hawaii. And then when we made our own flag, it was incorporated into the Hawaiian flag.
What an interesting story, because a lot of people are like, why is the Confederate flag on the Hawaiian flag? And I was like, it's not the Confederate flag, guys. Like, do your research first before you say something ignorant. So I'm glad you're actually talking about that, because a lot of people don't know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people see the Hawaiian flag in Texas, and they're like, that's the Confederate flag. And I'm like, no, it's not. It is the Hawaiian flag. Because I have a pair of shorts with the Hawaiian flag on it. And somebody was like, why are you wearing Confederate shorts? Like, literally just out of the blue. And I go, if you knew anything, you know that this is a Hawaiian flag, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, shit, I didn't know it had a Union Jack on it. And I'm like, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, oof. Yeah, that kind of bothered me a little bit when somebody did that. And I was like, y'all need to shut the hell up.
I'm not really
You don't know
good
what you're
with
talking about.
recognizing all the flags, but just here in Hawaii, we do have a few. There's a few versions of the Hawaiian flag, and there's a lot of contested arguments about which one is the real one. But
The real one, yeah.
the one that is recognized is the one with the Union Jack on it because of our friendship with the British monarchy. And I want to say, I don't know which Jubilee it was, but it was for Queen Victoria that one of our queens went over there, and she had just lost her son. And so she was in mourning, and Queen Victoria made her this bracelet with his name on it in memory. So when she came back to Hawaii, that bracelet actually became adopted in Hawaii. So if you ever see women in Hawaii wearing these bangles that are gold or silver usually, or even platinum, and they're engraved and etched with beautiful things, and they have like this old world black lacquer writing, those are the heirloom jewelry that all girls in Hawaii want. And so they're given to young girls at the age of 16 or sometimes at graduation from their families. But then they're often passed down. So like when a grandmother passes away, her bracelet is given to her children or then to her grandchildren. And if there's a lot of them, they cut the bracelet up and they make pendants.
Make new. Oh, wow.
Because they believe that the jewelry by maybe grandma was wearing tutu, or grandma, she was wearing it. Her energy is in there and it will protect them while wearing it. Going forward.
Look at all the things we're learning today. I did not know that. So see, I have lived in Hawaii. I knew what the bangles were, but I never knew like kind of the history behind it / like what do you do if you have more than one descendant you want to give it to? So cutting it up and making it into something is pretty cool.
Yeah, so everybody gets a piece of this energy and this jewelry, and then it's passed down. So it's called heirloom jewelry.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What else you got for us, Mai? We're learning so much. This is like a Hawaii
it's Hawaiian class
/ a little bit of it's like a little bit of Hawaiian 101. Like, who knew?
Who knew?
I don't even know.
What else is happening?
Oh, I want to shout out to our friend Lisa for 17 years in Hawaii. She moved there 17 years ago. She's married and has 2 beautiful boys. But just want to shout out to Lisa. Congratulations on your 17 years in Hawaii.
Did you ask her if that was her car? Because it was going in the right direction to where she lives. Or where she used to live.
What, the Cooper?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't have a Cooper anymore. Got too many kids now.
Oh, yeah. She would need something bigger.
Right. Especially the way people drive. Shoot.
Yes. I drove on the Pali and the Liki today. I went up one and down the other because the traffic and the road work that they were doing on the Pali Highway going back was insane.
Bad.
So, but yeah, both roads are quite terrible in certain sections anyway. They're really trying to fix it, but I swear it's been 3 years. I want to say it was like since 2019 that they were paving, and they're still paving.
They were still fixing it when I was there in 2017, 2018.
It's constant. It's constant.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why. We live on an island. I would be curious to know what other islands that are similar make up to ours that their roads can stay in good condition.
There's none.
There's just none.
There's none. There's just none. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to talk construction because in Texas it's so bad. That's why I'm so like set on recording my drives, because you'll be like, oh my God, there's so much construction. Oh my God, this person drives like an idiot. Oh my God, they almost died. Like, that's what you would be saying the whole time.
I would
and
be
also,
saying,
were we supposed to record your
down.
drive?
Slow down.
Are we supposed to be recording about your drive over the H3?
So we are going to do an additional recording that will be on YouTube. It'll be another tour, driving tour, and you'll be able to listen to that or see that on YouTube. So we'll record that.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to do that, but I want to record. I have to figure out a best way.
Mm-hmm. I would love a Texas sunset. They're famous.
I'm trying to think.
Everybody rides off into the sunset.
Let me pull out my GoPro. GoPro. The only problem is I don't have like a suction cup that I can put on my car.
You don't have to put it on your car. You just need to go sit outside and aim it towards the landscape and watch the sunset.
No. You said you want a driving video.
I want that too. I want them all. I would also love a sunrise.
She wants it all.
Yeah.
She wants it all.
I have seen some amazing sunrises and sunsets in Hawaii, but I don't see them often from other places. So I'd like to see that too.
I would literally have, I don't know, on the land, maybe. But in the city, you're not going to see a sunset really well because there's too many lights.
You know what I want? I want you to have like a little fire. I want you to have your little lounge chair. And I want to see your cowboy boots. And I want to watch the sunset go down.
Okay. I'm going to try to make that happen this summer because I feel like in the summertime, the sunsets are way better.
Yeah. And I want to see all the bugs dying into the fire.
Jeez. I actually installed some new lights, like solar lights, and a new Ring camera for my parents today. And it's so much nicer. But I'm actually, after this recording, I'm going to go out and test it for them because I want to make sure that all the lights and things are working. But they're super excited. They were like really excited about me doing all this stuff and being handy.
You're being handy at mom and dad's house.
I was like true to form, being a lesbian, just being handy.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Pride Month, everyone!
Yeah,
Yay,
it's
Pride Month.
I think it's also.
I'm super excited.
I think this is the month of June where King Kamehameha, his birthday, and all the celebrations happen in Hawaii. So a lot of parades.
Okay.
And they often do a Pride Month parade around the time of, and it might even be connected. I don't know if they combine them. I think they have separate events, but it's like a month of parades.
Probably separate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because I'm going to all the events for Houston, and I'm going to be VIP at the Pride Parade downtown. So I'm going to be getting some footage.
Mm-hmm. That'd be good.
I'm going to bring my stick so I can actually like set it down somewhere while the parade's going and everything.
Okay.
And we can talk about it. But I have bought so much glitter, aka unicorn snot, that I am going to be reflective.
You're going to pour it on you, or you're going to throw it?
No, I'm going to just put it all over my body. Like, I'm just going to be sparkly. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Pride Month. It's so much fun because everybody just busts out all their rainbows and stuff.
Kona,
well, hello,
hi.
Kona.
Kona
Brows.
Kona Brows.
Did I tell you that I rescued some ducks?
Yes. Oh no, but you haven't said it over here. How are your little baby
I have
ducks?
Not. So Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby, aka Webigail, are doing great, but they've doubled in size.
That's
in a
good.
Week, and I'm like, you guys are getting huge. Like, what's up?
That's so good. And they're
today
indoors.
I picked up Webigail and I held her for like at least 5 minutes, which was nice. She didn't scream bloody murder. I did have one of them spit on me, which was not great.
Mm-hmm. So they know that you're their mommy. They've adopted you.
I think so, but they're still like super afraid of me and stuff when I try to pick them up. But my mom was like, you need to like handle them more for them to love you. And I was like, okay, I'll handle them more.
You do. You need to handle them, and you got to make sure that they, because ducks can be really good protectors, like guard dogs. They're mean.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm going to integrate them with the chickens when they get older.
What about your nieces?
Because right now, what about them?
Well, ducks can be very protective, and if you don't have your nieces make friends with them, they're going to attack your nieces.
That's fine.
No,
it builds character.
No.
It's totally building character. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be
No,
fine.
you should have your nieces
Yeah.
come and play with them so that they become family ducks.
They're fine. My parents are over the moon. I'm watching their house while they're gone on a cruise. So I'm excited to hear how a cruise goes for them, post-COVID. But I will say they had to go through so many health checks. They had to get an app. They had to upload all this shit. They had to post a picture of themselves. Like, it was the dumbest thing. It was like 5 or 6 requirements. They have to have a test 72 hours before they go. They have to do a health questionnaire. They have to show that they're vaccinated and boosted and all this stuff. And I was like helping my mom do it. And I'm like, this is a lot just to go on a cruise. But I am excited for them because they need a break. They're going together. I'm not going with them. My brother's family's not going with them. So it's going to be an interesting trip. But I told my mom to get me a magnet from the ports that I've already been to.
Mm-hmm.
I just never got magnets. And now I want a magnet. So that's what she's doing there. So, but I'm watching their house and, like going back and forth between mine. And I brought the ducks over because I'm going to be majority here because I got to take care of my dogs, So Kona has an opinion, but
Kona.
So they're here, and it's really funny because my parents are like typical Asians, right? Like they put their hands behind their backs and they waddle over to the little duck bin, and they're like looking in and making comments and stuff. It's really cute, but the ducks are doing really great. I'm really happy. I just love animals, period, and just finding them and rescuing them from the alligator was like fantastic. My brother's like, we have to get rid of the gator because all these other ducks are going to totally get like eaten if we don't do it. So
Are there other ducks in there too still?
No, the ducks are all like flown away right now because they think the alligator's literally living in like the 4 inches of pond water that's left because it's been so dry here.
So it might
hasn't
have
rained
left.
enough for like. What do you mean?
It might have left then, or would it move into like where the bushes are in the shade?
Might move into the bushes, but like my other dogs are fine. But I won't let like the little dogs out by themselves because I don't want them to get eaten.
No, I don't want them to get eaten either.
Yeah, the alligator either scared the mom away or it was eating the babies, and so I saved it with the weed whacker. I saved the babies with the weed whacker. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to raise these ducks, and then I'm going to raise another set. Like I'm going to go get some and raise them.
So that they'll all have like family of ducks.
Yeah, like I'll have a ton of ducks. Because they make duck eggs, and duck eggs are really good too, so.
Yeah.
Okay. They're really cute. One of them is like way bigger than the others. It's like double the size. So it's acting like the big brother or big sister. And I picked that one up a lot. I'm always afraid they're going to poop on me. So it's pretty funny. But I'm excited. I would like to get some more ducks.
That is exciting. That's so cute. I'm so happy.
They're easy to take care of. All I need is water. So I have a bin.
Yeah.
I put puppy pads down.
Yeah.
I put a little bit of cedar chips. And then I put their water and their food. And I have a little heat lamp, and that's it. That's all they need. And I just roll up the puppy pad.
Yeah.
And then put a new one down, put a little more cedar chips, and then that's it. They're clean. It literally takes me 5 minutes to clean their stuff.
So did they ride in the car with you to your parents' house?
Yeah, they did.
So everybody's there. All your animals.
Yep. All my animals except for Sky. Sky's still on the land. She's just chilling. But no, it was really cute. The ducks are in the back. They're like, peep, 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 peep. I'll have to record them because they're so cute.
You do need to record them. We want to see these little baby ducks while they're so
And they have like little bills. They're just like peep, 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 peep.
Oh, I only saw them once and it was so tiny, so I need to see them bigger now.
Yeah, they are a lot bigger. In 2 weeks, they'll probably be full grown.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they grow that fast. I was like, what is going on?
I think ducks and chickens, they just both grow really fast.
I think they have to because of predators.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the ducks and I was like, you guys have like no defense mechanisms. Like there's nothing.
Well,
they have little baby claws, but they're not really sharp. They just run really fast in circles. And I'm like, this is like the worst defense mechanisms, guys. You're not doing great.
Well, like, alligators don't run fast either, so.
They kind of do, though, when they charge. I don't know. But anyway, I'm really excited that I have ducks. They're cute, they're cuddly, and I love them. Thanks for joining us for another episode of My Ties at Sunset. I hope you had a really great time listening to stories, snacks, rants, all the things. Be sure to check us out at mytiesatsunset.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. all the things like YouTube
Mm-hmm.
as well, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. On Spotify, actually, I just want to give a shout out to Spotify. That we have lovely videos that Mai has posted. So you can watch those videos simultaneously while listening to us on the podcast. And some of it's really relaxing because you get a little bit of view of Hawaii and how wonderful it is.
Yes.
And also Mai's driving. Like, you can totally critique. Leave us a message. Give us a shout out. But yeah.
In the last video, I didn't think that we had talked that long, but it was Memorial Day weekend, and I just happened to have this Makaha beach video, which was absolutely gorgeous. And if you can remember, we talked about it a few podcasts ago, but that water is the roughest, and we used to race our canoes on that beach. Yep.
But it was fun. It was fun to almost be on the verge of death.
It was.
Every time you got in a canoe.
Yeah. But there was a time when a canoe really got hurt over there, and it splintered into like a million pieces, and people did get hurt. So it's not for the faint of heart to be playing in our ocean sometimes. So, but it's so wonderful when it all works out and it's beautiful and you get lucky.
Be responsible, y'all. Be responsible.
Yeah. Know the conditions. I mean, if it looks safe, you'll probably be fine. Yeah. But if it looks a little rough, find a different beach. I think that's it. So, till we meet again, it was lovely. Ahui ho.